Good morning, guys. Top of the morning. Good morning, everybody. How you guys doing? Days. Sorry. Okay. Good. Let's fix this properly. Let me share my screen. So, good morning, guys. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our normal morning live session. We do this every morning, right? Basically, we just come here to analyze, learn, and no, good. So we just come here to analyze, we learn, we prep our mind for the market, for the day. It's a normal thing. Hope you guys slept well. Hope you guys slept well. Morning Kazim, morning Abba, morning Dan, morning Peter. Happy birthday, Buka. Happy birthday, my brother. Good morning, Idris. Good morning, Perpetua. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Mustafa. Also, Usman. Morning, Kilichi. Morning, Basera. Bro, I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name well, but Bash hair. Morning, Tunji. Ekaro, Tunji. As a Yoruba boy, remember. Um. Well, let's get started with today's. What we are looking at for the market today. For me on gold, right? I have been sitting on my hands. I've not posted any setup. I've not taken any trade. I mean, the past few weeks has been kind of boring for me in the market because price has been doing this and this and this and this, and I'm not interested in all this. I'm not interested in all these sales and all these things I'm seeing in the market for now. So I'm more interested in the buys. Like I said, right? I'm that one trader that don't like going against the market trend. Do you understand? If it takes 3 weeks for the market to give me, to continue its trend, I'm going to sit on my hands for that 3 weeks. I think my students already know this. I'm going to sit on my hands for 3 weeks. Do you understand? I'm going to sit on my hands for 3 weeks for that market to continue its main structure. Now you ask me why do I like trading? Why do I like trading? You know, when market is flowing in its direction, or is flowing in the normal trend. Well, the reason why I like trading then is because it's easier to trade. Do you understand? It is easier to trade. It is it is very it's very understandable because now, and aside from that also the impulsive moves, right? Aside from that, the impulsive moves are always on the trending side, right? The impulsive move are always on the trending side. That's why whenever the main trend of the market is bullish and you're on a buys, it hits your the tendency of it hitting your TP is more higher than hitting your stop loss because there is impulse at that particular bias. Do you understand my point? So that's basically why I like trading with the market trend. And also I don't want to be that one trader that is always catching. No, no, no. That is always catching. I don't want to say it, but I don't want to be that trader. Okay. So for XAUSD, right, on our 4 hours. So where are we on our 4 hours right now? You can see the analysis is simple, it's very easy to understand. These are higher lows, right? That are being formed. Let me make it better. All these things are higher lows. All these areas are higher lows in the market, right? Okay, all those areas are higher lows in the market, and you guys can see how I marked out this zone. This is the higher low that gave birth to this higher high, right? So this is like the major, this is like they call it a major support area. Do you understand? That is the major support area. So now whenever you are trading, or when you are looking at structure, remember I used to tell you guys this thing. I used to say it every time I'm doing a live session. This is structure wise, right? As long as price has not broken this, are you guys understanding that? As long as price has not broken that, structure is still bullish. So we can see something like this. Are you guys, have I said this thing before? Have I ever said this thing before? As long as price has not broken that's your main resistance, that your main support area, right? As long as price has not broken that zone, as long as price has not broken that zone, right, your market overall structure is still bullish. Do you guys understand that? So basically, looking at what gold is doing right now, that's what I used to say as a trader. The number one thing you have to understand first is structure, because structure is like the skeleton. Is like the skeleton of the market. That is like how the market is built. Do you understand? It's market is built on structure, so you have to understand how the structure of the market is. It's not just by saying support and resistance. Do you actually know where the true support is, where the true resistance is? Do you guys get? So for me now, I'm still bullish on gold. Like I said, I'm still bullish on gold, but for now, I'm not taking any buys. Why? Because our momentum is still bearish. Our short-term structure is still bearish. Guys, give me a minute. So our short-term structure, right, is still bearish. What do I mean by short-term structure? Once you go to a lower time frame like M30, right, you see that price is not here breaking any, it's not here breaking any resistance area, right? This is the resistance that were formed on that um, lower time frame. These were the resistance that were formed on the lower time frame. Areas like this and this, you guys can see. So no major support and no major resistance has been shifted. Like we are not seeing that shift on the lower time frame. Okay. So for me, right, remember, guys, remember the reason why I lost that trade on gold. This is actually what's happening here, right? So if you guys can remember, why when I told you guys that this particular point, right, I wasn't observant enough to see price has already got to that particular resistance. Okay, because that area is not just a resistance, it's also an exhaustion area. It's a particular point where buyers are always exhausted, right? So this was the main reason why I took that L on gold, and this is actually what's happening here again. Are you guys seeing that? That's why you always have to learn from your losses. You always have to learn from your what? From your losses. If you don't learn from your losses, there's no way there's no way in this life you'd be profitable. Okay. So around this area, this is an exhausted area. That means I mean this is like it's showing like kind of like a bullish exhaustion zone, right? So I marked it off, and you can see how price is reacting towards that point right now. Okay, I know people will be on like people would have been on these buys right now. They would have taken it from here, thinking that they have gotten a very tangible move. But if you know your technical analysis well, you know your game well, you know that this area is not actually that there's it's not giving that click. Do you understand? This is not a point where you should be looking out for buys. Do you understand? And also on our moving average, right, it's showing us that what our dynamic resistance is still active. Do you understand? The momentum is still very much active around this point. Do you guys get? And also the particular um, looking at the particular these candles, how these candles are closing. Remember, like I always say, I used to say something. I used to say, you don't want price, you don't want the buyers you are aiming towards to look weak. Do you understand my point? So now we are aiming towards a buying bias, right? And see how the candlesticks of that buying bias are forming. They are forming. We are forming. It's not giving. We are seeing a whole lot of bearish exhaustion. Sorry, a whole lot of bullish exhaustion. Things like this. Once I start seeing things like this, I would just it's a red flag for me. Trust me. Once I start seeing things like this and I'm aiming for buys in the market, right? I'm aiming for buys in the market and I start seeing things like this, candlestick close like this, it's a red flag for me. It's either I just close out or, I just break even or something because I don't want to see that direction I'm aiming towards looking weak. I need to see candlesticks that are moving towards that direction, closing what very, very strong. Do you understand? Once I start seeing them closing weak, it start giving me this kind of I'm not all that comfortable. Do you guys understand my point? So all these things are also happening what around this particular area, and see how price closed within this random line. Price closed inside of that random line. Okay, so all these things are just red flag showing me that I'm not. It's not yet time for me to buy now on gold. Do you understand? What I'm looking out for actually is to see a 30 minutes candle shift around here, okay, or to see a 30 minutes structural shift around here. That means what I mean by 30 minutes structural shift is to see price give me some, come all the way down, then continue something like this, okay? So I need to see something like this on XAU for me to catch my trade from here or catch my trade from here. Do you guys understand? So these are areas where I like taking my trades from, but me taking my trades from here, it's not giving. Do you understand? Let me use the Gen Z word. It's not. I'm not like feeling the whole move because actually, why am I taking a trade at an exhausted area? This place is actually showing me that that particular zone is exhausted, and our moving average are still pointing down, showing us that what momentum is still bearish. Okay, momentum is still bearish. Even on the 5 minutes time frame, we have seen a shift in momentum, right? Which is very beautiful, very, very perfect. We've seen a shift in momentum on that 5 minutes, but it's not enough. Do you understand? It is not enough for me to start saying I want to buy on gold right now. So for me though, I'll just actually wait out to see a nice shift, a nice structural shift, then I'll start taking my trade from there. So basically, we could see price still come down to this moving average around here, tap around this moving average, then we could see our continuation. But any retracement I see on gold, then that's my entry. Any higher lows I see on gold, that is my entry. Do you guys understand that? So I'm not in for this. Now, even though if you're using your Fibonacci and you mark out point A to point B, you see that it's not respecting any particular area. It's just price is around 23.6. Price around 23.6, which is more of like a continuation, this is more of like a continuation area. And remember, whenever price respect 23.6, we most likely see what? Consolidation. So even though we are going to take a trade from here, I mean, it's not going to be now for me though. It's not going to be now. I need to see some kind of confirmation before I take my trade. This is not. Would I say it's not enough confirmation, or it's just not what I'm looking out for in the market right now. Okay. So on gold, I'll still be observing prices around a particular exhausted area, and is this is a resistance point, and I'm not looking out to start taking buys from the resistance area. No, that is not what I'm looking at for now. Okay. Let's go to USD JPY. So USD JPY, like I said yesterday, right? I said I wanted to see price break below what? Break below this area, which price has successfully done. And I said that when I'll start looking out for sales on USD JPY is when I start seeing, sorry, when I start seeing higher lows being, lower highs being formed actually, okay? So now, what are we seeing here? We are seeing that structure has shifted, right? On the MT, sorry, this structure has shifted on, is this supposed to be M30? Okay, good. So we are seeing that structure has, we've seen a break of structure on a 4 hours time frame. That's for one, right? And on our M30 time frame, we are seeing that structure has what? Shifted. Are you guys seeing the structure has shifted and momentum has shifted? Because for one, you want, like I said every time, it's kind of a ripple effect. You want to see something happen on one time frame before it happens on the other time frame. So you want to see, uh, um, momentum shift on that lower time frame first before it starts shifting on that higher time frame. Do you guys understand my point? So now we've seen that momentum has shifted, price has broken your dynamic support, right? And also structural support, price has also broken the structural support. So basically what we are looking at for now on USD is to see a valid higher low. So once we see our valid higher low, that is where we start taking our trade from. Okay, once you see our valid higher low, that is where we start taking our trade from. So now let's mark out our fib. So point A to point B. Well, I'll either love to see price react towards our what? Our 23.6. Either our 23.6 down, or price comes all the way down to our 38.2, then we see a retracement. Okay, so these are my 2 points of interest. So now let's go to a lower time frame and see. Well, there is tendency of price reacting towards that 23.6 because for one, 23.6 is more like a continuation, right? And secondly, our moving average is around that, also around that zone. Okay, so we could see price respect that moving average, and that moving average will be serving as a what? Can somebody tell me what would this moving average be serving as if price respects it and give us a lower high from here? What would this moving average represent at that point? Exactly, a dynamic resistance. Do you understand? A dynamic resistance. Observe how price has been. This is a dynamic support. Do you understand? Whenever price is trading above your moving averages, they are what? They are your dynamic support. When they are trading below your moving averages, they are what they serve as. The moving average serves as your dynamic resistance. Exactly. So now once price reacts towards this area, I would most likely want to see a reaction from here and a drop from here because our moving averages around that point. Momentums are we've already seen across the moving across on our moving averages, and our moving average is also pointing what? Bearish, to show you that what momentum has shifted from that bullish momentum on the lower time frame to the bearish momentum, and that is basically what we are looking out for. Do you guys understand that? So we are looking out for a sell on USD JPY. Any question? Any question before I proceed? Is there any question before I proceed? I guess no question then. So what's your question? You can drop your question. So if you have a question, actually, you can go to the chat box and drop your question. And well, if this is your first time, if this is your first time joining our live stream, we do this every morning. Welcome. Wait, guys, let me welcome the new people. So welcome. This is our daily routine every morning from Monday to Friday. I mean, so, like I said, thank you so much, Mr. Steven. My health is good. You guys can see the vibe. The vibe has changed, right? I'm not now talking like, guys, good morning. How are you doing? This one, that one. So the vibe is there right now. So I mean, my health is good now. Thank you for asking, Mr. Steven. So the main purpose of doing this analysis every morning is just basically because without even doing this analysis, I used to wake up in the morning and prep myself for the market and prep myself for the day. So now I tell myself, okay, why am I going to just be doing it alone? I can do it with people. Do you understand? That's the purpose of social media. That's the purpose of the internet. So if I'm just, why would I wake up in the morning and just analyze just myself and prep myself only when I can do it hundreds of people out there, people that are also traders, people that also have like minds. So that's basically the reason why I'm doing this. So it's just a normal thing, a usual thing I used to do, but I just switched it to YouTube. So now everybody can also benefit from it. Do you understand? So that's like the base, that's the main purpose of this morning live stream, just to prep your mind for the market. Just to what? Prep your mind for the market. Okay? So let's check US 30. Bruh, look at US 30. US 30 is flying. Jesus. So I'm sorry. I think I gave a breakdown on US 30 yesterday. On Monday, this was where we saw US 30 from, right? And I told you guys that I needed to see a transition from here, and I'm still bullish on US 30, if you guys can remember, right? So this bullish move on US 30 is still, we are still in it. I need to see something. You guys give me a minute. Give me your minutes. Give me your minutes. Point A to point B, right? So point A to point B, that price is sitting on what? Our 23.6. So basically that's why we're seeing this whole consolidation around this level, right? So this is our target on US 30, our main projection on US 30. You guys could see immediately I was confused on that lower time frame. What did I do? I went straight to the higher time frame to understand what was actually going on overall. Do you understand? So point A, point B, and see where price is sitting on our 23.6. So can you guys see the reason why we've been consolidating on US 30, right? Like I said, whenever price gets to your 23.6, that area is a consolidating area on the fib level. Do you guys understand? So this is the main reason why we've been consolidating so much on US 30, and that consolidation is more of like a momentum build up to keep on pushing. Remember, after consolidation comes what? A push. So now we are consolidating and price has basically broken out. So this is our projection, our overall target on US 30. So how are we going to finesse this? So we have to go to a lower time frame, right? Because remember, you can't take your trades on higher time frame. So we have to be on that lower time frame to catch the little move. 100 pips here, 200 pips here. Point A to point B. I mean, well, actually, this was our first point A to point B from here. This was a shift, point A to point B, right? Price got to TP1. Price respected 50%, got to TP1 and to TP2, right? But I mean, price has been has been bullish. Moving average has been bullish, no retracement, and trust me, I don't really like this kind of market condition. I no go lie. I will not even lie. I really don't like this kind of market condition. It's just up. Do you understand? But we already know our main target, which is around this point, right? So it's just based on you to, catch an entry. And what do I mean by entry? Remember, whenever you're taking a trade on a bullish market, you always want to look out for the higher low areas. Do you understand? That's your entry base point. Whenever you're taking a trade on a bullish market, you want to look out for the higher low areas. Do you understand? So yeah, could we have taken a trade here? Price couldn't even get to 23.6. No, price is still moving. So basically, I wouldn't really advise anyone to take a trade now. But even if you want to take a trade, right, you should be on that lower time frame. You should be on that lower time frame to catch the flow of things, right? So you could basically mark out this zone. It's not bad. This zone was a previously exhausted area, right? This zone is not bad. We could mark out this zone. We could see price come all the way down to this zone, react from here, and we'll see our continuation. But currently, where price is at right now is a no for me. Do you understand? Where price is at right now um, is actually a no for me. So I'm not really going to advise you to take a trade, a buy trade, even though the market is a bullish market, right? And we know that our bias is bullish, but I would not advise you to take a buy now. Okay, I would not advise you to take a buy now on US 30. It is best to wait out for the best, like a good entry, because a good entry gives you what? A good risk to reward. Do you understand? A good entry gives you a good risk to reward. That's why I think one of my YouTube video I was telling you guys that you have to prioritize the both of them. Don't just prioritize sniper entry. Prioritize the entry and the risk. The entry and the risk. Okay. So don't just think that you want to catch good entries without having a good risk to reward. That's trash. Do you understand? So target for a good risk to reward. Price could also basically get to here, to this point, right? Then we could see a transition from here. So these two areas are kind of like my anticipation, like places that I'm anticipating for price to get to and see a reversal. Now I know you guys asked me, why am I not looking for a lower retracement? Why I'm not looking for a lower retracement? Because this is a 23.6 push, right? This is a 23.6 push, and 23.6 push are very strong because they are more of like continuation. Do you understand? They are very strong, so you don't expect the market to keep on dropping. Had it been it was like a 38.2 now, I would have, okay, I mean there is tendency of price dropping, but this is a 23.6% push. So the momentum of this market is extremely bullish as of right now. It's extremely strong. The bullish momentum is extremely strong. So you don't expect the market to what? To keep on tanking or to give you that retracement that you want. That very nice retracement that you're anticipating. No. The retracement that you're going to be seeing now on US 30 are just little to no retracement. Little to no retracement. But they are still going to be little retracement. But if you are looking at the higher time frame to catch those retracements, trust me, you miss out on US 30 trades. Do you understand? So this is a 23.6% push, and we have a target, and the market is trying to head towards that target. So what you are trying to do now is to go to a lower time frame and finesse that whole move. So now for you to finesse that whole move, you shouldn't be looking for that deep retracement. Okay, don't look for that deep retracement. Retracement should be on only lower time frame. Okay. Let's check out on gold. Let's see gold. Well, no click. USD GPY. Let's check out on USD GPY and see what's actually going on. Well, this is my bias on USD GPY. I'm still bearish. Let's go to GBP USD. I actually forgot that pair. Pair has been flying. GBP USD. So well, for GBP USD, I was actually looking out for a retracement though. I'm not even going to lie. I was looking for a retracement, but I mean, price wasn't giving that retracement. So this is still our target, right? This is our target because where did we even draw our fib from? Price was respecting 38.2 level, and this is our target, right? This is where we saw that break of resistance, the shift. So, but well, guys, wait. This is a break of what resistance, right? Not bad. Break of resistance. Um, let's go to the M30. What are we seeing on our M30? M30 is not bad. We are seeing some kind of, we're seeing this really not bad at all. Counter trend, not bad at all, right? We're seeing, you guys give me a minute. M5. Well, let's see price break out of this area. Once we see price break out of this area, then we'll target this point, right? This is going to be our TP. Once we see price break out of this area, inside of this whole, this is our whole move, right? Once we see price break out of this area, then we'll take our trade, and our target is going to be what? Our target is going to be 1.37 1.37086. Okay, that's going to be our target on GBP USD. Point one, point two. Could have taken it from the point two though. But 5 minutes. I mean, I was trying to look out for entries around inside of this point, but I think we already lost that entry, or that entry is not yet there yet. I'm not yet seeing that entry. Well, we could still see this. We could still see this, right? So let's just keep our heads up and observe. Do you understand? Like a third touch on this trend line, then a breakout. Do you guys get? So we could still see that on GBP, GBPUSD. So now where is price forming? Why is price forming this? Basically, I think I mean price has broken out of that main resistance that has been respected multiple times, right? It respected all along this area, and price has successfully broken out of that point, and we are seeing a consolidation. So for me though, that consolidation is more of like to hit our target. Do you understand? So I'm waiting for that breakout. Okay, I'm waiting for that breakout. So I'll take my trade on that breakout. Let's see how it goes. Um, I hope you guys are flowing with me. Are you guys active? If you guys are active, we have how many people here? Oh wow, 30. I'm very impressed. You guys tried. We have 30 likes. That's nice. I wasn't expecting that, but it's fine. Um, if you guys are with me, you guys can hear me, you guys are flowing, you guys are vibing with me. I want each and every one of you to go to the comment section and type active. Remember, that's the drill. That's what we used to do every time. I need each and every one of you to type active, 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 active. Do we have only I'm just in only 10 persons. I want each and every one of you to go now and type active, okay? Well, one thing about this our live stream is there is no way you join and you not take something home. Do you understand? That is one good thing about this live stream. There is no way you will join and you will not take something home. It's either by the analysis or the mindset or the waiting game. Because for you to see that I am waiting, I mean, I don't know why you are trading. Maybe you are saying something, you and your mentor. I don't know. But for you to see that it's actually possible for somebody to go a whole day, 2 days, 3 days without trading, I mean, that should be like a lesson for you. Do you understand? That should be like a lesson for you. I mean, I haven't traded since. I have been sitting on my hands. I haven't posted any trade, nothing, nothing. So it's possible. Do you understand? It's very, very possible to go days without trading. Okay, so like I said on GBP USD, I still need to see like let me see some kind of pullback. Then we can take a trade from here. Then our stop. Now, why do I say we can take a trade from here? Once we take a trade from here, our stop losses will be below this area, right? Stop losses will be below this area. But imagine me taking a trade from here. So imagine me taking a trade from here now, right? You can see how my stop loss is going to be. So stop losses below this area is going to be like 20 pips, right? But if I come around here and I take my trade from here, stop loss is going to be like 16 pips. I mean, that 6 pips is something. It can change your life. It can blow your account or it can even pass your prop firm. Okay. So that's why I like taking buy, like whenever I'm taking a buy trade, I like catching it from the main higher lows, right? Whenever I'm taking a sell trade, I like catching it from the what? From the main lower highs. That's like the tip, the top area. Do you understand? Because it gives me a good risk to reward. Now I can be able to risk more, right? And I also can be able to cut my losses on time. I can know when price has gone against me. Do you guys understand my point? So that is that. On gold, we are still dabbling within this area. Remember, I told you this is kind of like an exhausted area, and I'm not looking out to take any buys from here. Just chill out, sit on your hands. It's still early morning, 7:41. London session never even starts. So relax. Relax, my friends, my brothers. Okay, what are we analyzing again? Let's check the US. I think we did USD CHF yesterday. USD CHF. I haven't even checked that one, sir. Okay, so USD CHF is close to our TP. Did you guys hold this USD? Okay, I don't know. Did you guys take this USD CHF? We analyzed this spread. This was the entry. I think it was on when did we analyze this spread? It was on Sunday, right? I think it was on Sunday. Was it? No. Yes, it was on Sunday. Yes, it was on Sunday. So this was where this was our entry on that Sunday, right? Yeah, exactly. That's I think it was the Sunday live stream. Exactly, Sunday night. It was a Sunday live stream. So we can see that price is what moving towards our TP. Slow and steady, no stress. Everything is just moving cleanly, nicely. Okay. So you guys can see that for those that did not that for those that were not here, you can go back to the Sunday live stream. The video is on YouTube, right? You can go and watch it so you can see how we cut this trade. So everything we are doing is recorded. Our losses is recorded, our profits are recorded. Okay, this is also a way to learn. Do you understand? Now let me give you guys a scope. This is a way to learn. So if you can go to our videos and watch, maybe we take a winning trade, right? You can go back and see the reason why, how we took that trade, how we analyzed that trade, because most definitely I analyzed the trade on a live session, right? So you can go back to the live session and check how I analyzed the trade and learn from that trade. Do you guys get? It's common sense. So the way we took this trade now and we cut this trade, you can also go back to the live session and watch this trade and see how we cut this trade and you learn from it. Do you understand? Well, this trade is just basically structured. There's nothing else. Euro USD. Are you guys enjoying the live stream? Y'all enjoying the live stream? Oh my days. Oh my days. Okay, look at price is respecting this area. Not bad. You can imagine. See where we took. Oh my days, bruh. Well, I didn't call this true, did I? No, I didn't call the true. We just analyzed it, and I said I was anticipating a buy from there. But look at, see how it happened. Man, no be God. So USD Euro USD, sorry. Euro USD still bullish, still very bullish. Um it was bullish though, but it was just that we didn't get that entry. The entry wasn't, it wasn't given. So point A, right, to this was our point A. What was our point A actually? Was this? So this was our point A, right? Point A, point B. What happened? Point A, point B, point C, right? 50%. And this is our main projection. So overall on Euro USD, we are still what? Bullish. For one, the number one thing you want to understand also is where am I heading toward? What is my aim in the market? So now we already have a projection, right? So now go to that lower time frame to finesse that projection. So we could have, well, it's just the fact that I don't used to trade Euro JPY, sorry, Euro USD, right? But you could have done this for those that were trading it. You could have done this, right? See this counter trend breakout, taking advantage of it from maybe around here. But I mean, there is no really advantage after that breakout. I won't even lie. Okay, H4. Sorry, this was more of like, okay, okay, all this were testing, 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 and this. So we could have taken our trade from, let's remove this because we already have a projection above. So we could have taken that entry from, was this a break? Yes, it was. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to analyze this and understand what was actually going on. So okay, okay, okay. This was a break. This was just a high. This is a higher low, right? Higher low. I think I've explained this thing. This thing I want to do now, I explained it. This is a higher low. This here is just a high. This is just a high, and this is what? A higher low. Okay? So I think you guys should understand why this is a higher low and this is just a high. Well, I don't have time to explain that now. So like we can see, right? So let's mark out from here point A to point, oh, that point B was here. Good. So point A here, right? Point A, point B. So the point B, right? So basically, price was sitting around 38.2. Good. Okay, good. Sorry, that was okay. This is it. Point A to point B. Okay, yes. Point A to point B, right? So price came all the way down to 61.8. That was where we saw that reaction from. 61.8, right? And also that point was a previously resistance area. So it's just like more of a resistance turn support area. Do you guys get? So we saw that price did a whole lot of reaction from here. Good. Let me zoom out that area. So price did a whole lot of what reaction from here, right? We saw this was the true support that was formed. Then these areas were just more of like reaction, 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 reaction. So you could have either taken your trade from here, or you could have taken your trade from here, from this bullish variation. One, two, three, four from here, right? Trade from here, buys from this point. Stop losses are what below your fluctuation area always, right? TP is above here. Okay, TP is above here. I'm just like explaining to you guys how you could have gotten that entry. Okay, I'm just explaining to you guys how you could have gotten that entry. So for one, you guys see how what I did, right? I first of all identified structure, which I saw all these areas, right? First of all, identify structure, and secondly, I marked out my fib. This is on a lower time frame. But the very first thing I had to do was what, to understand where I am moving towards, right? To understand my projection, my overall target. So this is my overall target. So I know that on the long at the long term, right, I'm still bullish. Okay. So what I had to do was identify structure on that lower time frame, mark out my fib on that lower time frame. Then what do I have to do next? I have to go down to a PRZ level and understand which particular PRZ is going to, or which particular fib level. So let me use the fib level. So if PRZ is confusing you, which particular fib level is going to be respected. So basically, right, we saw that 61.8% was respected, right? So now we have to identify our true support area. Where is our true support? This is our true support area, right? If you go to your higher time frame, you will basically understand what I'm talking about. So I mean, it's not something I'll have to start explaining. It's kind of very long. So this is our true support. So price reacted to all those that reacted on that our true support multiple times. Then you could have taken, these are entry based points, right? Seeing these bullish variations around here, these are entry based points. Okay, areas like this also. This is also an entry based point. You can use this one. All these areas are doji, doji, doji. So it's just 1 2. So you can use this, right? So this is also an entry based point, long from here. Moving average, I'm sorry, your TP is always below what your moving average, sorry, below your fluctuation area, always. Target is still above here. Are you guys seeing that? Target is still above there, even though we could have been on the what, on the 5 minutes time frame to take that entry, but this is just a rough, this is just a rough I'm just it's just like a rough walk. Okay, so we could have been on that time frame because basically that lower time frame will give you lesser risk. Do you understand? The lower time frame will give you lesser risk. Okay, so this could have been your trade on. You guys also, we just did a whole back test. This is a back test now we just did on Euro USD. Do you understand? This is just a clean back test we did on Euro USD. So this is how I catch my trades. Nothing more, no sugar, nothing, no spice. So on GBP USD, we can see that drop, right? We can see that drop on GBP USD. Still waiting, still waiting, still waiting, still waiting. We haven't seen that click yet. On let's go to XAU USD. Well, on XAU, I'm not really seeing anything that tangible. I feel like price is just reacting towards this 23.6 though. Price is reacting towards this 23.6. We might see a continuation from this area, but that's not what I'm looking out for, honestly. We might see a consolidation here, then a push, because this area is an exhausted zone, it's an exhausted area, it's also a resistance area, and moving average are still pointing down, but moving average on that lower time frame are what, bullish, right? And on that lower time frame, moving average are serving as a what, dynamic what, support. But no, I'm not too comfortable taking a buys on gold there. Okay, I'm not too comfortable taking a buys on gold there. So, like I said, I want to see price come all the way down here, 38.2. That's like a valid area for me. and that area is kind of like my moving averages zone also. So that area is more of like a comfortable area and a confident area for me to take my buys. So let's just see how the GBP trade works out. Well, I'm not in it actually yet. I would call it out if I see a confirmation. I'll call it out and we'll see how it goes. Oh, wait, guys, let me check on the lower time frame. Can you guys see my screen? Sorry, it was network. Sorry, it was network. It was network, okay? Sorry, it was network. So let's just see how all these things plays out. Okay, let's just see how it plays out. Even USDJPY. Even USDJPY. Let's just see how everything plays out. Okay. So USDJPY, I would like to see price reacts around this moving average or price come all the way here before we see that push. So I'm just sitting on my hands and what and observing. Do you guys understand? So some people are saying yes, while some people are saying no. Well, this is the end of the live stream actually, so you don't really need to see my screen again. So I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. Basically, we do this every morning. Okay, we do this every morning to prep our mind with the market. It's just like a market. It's just like a mind prep morning session exactly. So we do this. Make sure tomorrow I'll see you guys here also. Okay, make sure tomorrow I'll see you guys here. I'm just doing it for everybody, just for the sake of everybody. I'm not asking you for your money, nothing. Just come here, learn, let's vibe together, let's learn together, let's analyze together. You guys see my perspective, if I'm right, if I'm wrong, and that's it. Okay, so I'll see you guys when I see you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, so peace out, everybody. Bye, guys.